It's summertime. I should be listening to happy music, and all I'm in the mood for is depressing music. So that's kind of where I'm at. Yes, it is finally happening. I'm finally going to be checking out Life Support by Madison Beer. I believe this is her debut album. This album has been requested quite a few times, and also I have just wanted to check it out. Full disclosure, I think a few years ago I tried to listen to it and I just didn't really vibe with it, but I am going in with an open mind today. I don't really remember a ton of what I listened to, so I am very excited to check it out. Despite the fact that it's summer, I feel like I've been in my sad girl era again, and I've been listening to a lot of sadder, slower songs, and so I understand that she does have a slower, sadder sound. So I'm expecting a little bit of like Gracie Abrams, Olivia Rodrigo, like that whole vibe, which is something that y'all know I love. Lizzie McAlpine, who I also really like. Yeah, I'm excited. I don't know if I should be. Some of the songs sound promising, like Emotional. That's not one of the promising ones. Everything Happens for a Reason. That sounds nice. The other ones kind of don't. Stay Numb and Carry On. Sour Times, Boy Shit. Anything with a boy, you know it's gonna be bad. Yeah, the rest kind of sound very depressing. Anyway, let's get into the first track. It is actually called The Beginning. From what I remember, because I do remember this one. I remember it's just like an intro song. So we'll do that and I'll let it flow into Good and Goodbye. It sounds kind of like a flat Oh my god. Okay, I was gonna let it just flow into the next song, but I forgot about that song. I thought it was just like a cute little intro. That was insane. First of all, it sounded at the beginning, the very beginning of the song, it sounded like a flatline sound effect. I might just be making that up because it's called Life Support, but it literally gave me like hospital heartbeat monitor vibes, and then it went into obviously just Heaven's Angels singing. It sounded like she was singing the word help, and it was just gorgeous. Like that was so much more beautiful than I remember it. So angelic, so heavenly, but also it had this really cool sound to it that I really, really loved and that I don't remember. Like I do not remember that song impacting me that heavily the first time I tried to listen to it. So now I'm really excited for this album, but I do want to look up if she was actually singing Help. I don't know if she was actually singing Help or if I just like made that up, but if in fact it was meant to be a heart monitor at the beginning, I think that's a genius opening track already. We're getting like the thematic songwriting and we're literally just on like the intro song, but I will let it go into Good and Goodbye. I really didn't think I was gonna pause, but I'm really excited for this now. Like this is just, I'm really excited for this.
You got blood on your hands, how do you plead? Boy, it's like treason how you treating me. You're killing my vibe in ways words cannot describe. Cause you're toxic, boy, I ain't even gotta try to find the G-O-O-D and goodbye. You put the over in love, but put the X in next. I ain't even gotta try to find the G-O-O-D and goodbye.
Ooh.
I would take a bullet for you just to prove my love, only to find out you are the one holding the gun.
The production of this song is insane. It's my favorite aspect of the song. It's just really cool. It's really unique. It's not the type of production I would expect to be behind a song like this. I don't know how to describe it, but it's just really standing out. Yeah, I do like this. I like the lyrics. They're kind of just like really fun. You put the X in X, you put the over in lover, you put the good in goodbye, or there's no good in goodbye. So I do like this. I do. I remember this one though, so it's kind of ringing some bells. I'm really excited to get into the tracks that I don't remember at all.
X in X, they know I ain't trouble, just the you since we met, cause you're toxic, boy.
I love that. Love that melody when she goes up to like You're Toxic Boy. That's also one of my favorite parts of the song. I am thinking of Toxic by Britney Spears. Like I'd be lying if I said I wasn't.
I'll try. You put the over in love,
I loved the production of that song so much. Throughout the entire thing, the production just really, really stood out to me in a way that I feel like it doesn't always stand out to me in pop music. You know me, I love pop music. I listen to it more than any other genre. And I pretty confidently can say that the production of that song was some of the most standout production I've ever heard in a pop song. I feel like with pop music, the production just isn't always the thing that stands out to me the most. I think that's why I mention it so much with like artists like Britney Spears, where it just really stands out and it feels like the most standout aspect of the song, at least to me. Yeah, the rest of the song I did like as well, but I feel like the production was just the thing for me. Really fun lyrics, nothing to take too seriously. I feel like we might be getting a little bit sad later on the album, so kind of nice to have an opening that just felt very upbeat, very fun. Although it was technically sad lyrically, you didn't really feel the weight of the lyrics. The next one is Default. Okay. I do not remember this one whatsoever. So I think from here on out, I don't know what I'm getting myself into. The Rain. Okay. Okay.
Breathing gets so hard for me now. When the breathing gets so hard under the moonlight. If there's a God or there's a sign, it's time that you send it out. And oh, my love, you bring me back to default.
Okay. Everything that I was not expecting. I loved that opening with the strings so much. That was so beautiful. Really angelic, really heavenly. And then that production change. Like, you already know that I loved that. I loved that heavier sound coming in and just the unexpected of it was just really fun to hear. This one's really beautiful, but now I feel like we're gonna get into like more bop territory, but I'm not sure.
You bring me down to such a deep hole, honey. I know this must be coming for me.
What?
I feel this will be the death of me, the death of me.
Oh, okay. Okay, that one was a little bit confusing to me in terms of lyrics because I thought it was about a romantic relationship, but honestly, I don't know. But that one was beautiful. I really, really enjoyed the strings on that song. It was just very calming, very heavenly, very angelic. And then I loved the change-ups and the little moments throughout that, again, the production of this album already is really standing out to me more than anything else. The next one is Follow the White Rabbit. We're gonna get some Alice in Wonderland vibes, and I also just don't know what that means. Like, already we're getting so many different sounds and vibes on this album. I'm very confused right now, but not in a bad way. I'm just like, I now have no idea what to anticipate the rest of the album. It's kind of creepy.
But I heard my name's on the tip of your tongue, and I looked into your eyes, and you're the one that I wanted, baby, that I wanted, baby, that I wanted. It's a haunting, baby, that I'm wanting, baby.
What?
And I lose my mind. Devil in a dress, I'ma love you like I do. Yeah. Follow the white rabbit to see the truth. I'ma need a feel that too. Follow the white rabbit to see the truth.
I honestly have no idea what's going on. But I love this. I really do. At the beginning of the song, I was like, okay, what are we getting into? It's a bit creepy. It's a different sound entirely than what I've heard so far. But then she did those crazy things that you heard them, and I loved that. That was so cool. Again, the production, I'm not gonna shut up about it. And also her vocals on this are absolutely beautiful. It's like these really heavenly vocals, but like the sound is just not what you would expect to go with those vocals and with her voice. It's just not really computing, but not in a bad way. It's just like, I really don't know how to make sense of this. But this is really cool. Like, this one's really standing out to me.
And my patience is now setting like the sun. We've just begun.
I love that part so much.
It's a haunting, baby, that I'm wanting.
That drop into It's a Haunting That I'm Wanting is everything. Like, my favorite part of the album so far, probably. That is just such a pleasing melody and drop. This one's probably my favorite so far. I don't know, honestly, but... I don't know how to process this. Now we're like an alien on a different planet. This one's so eerie, and it sort of has this sci-fi sound at parts. But then the other parts are just, they hit so hard. And again, when it drops, those are my favorite moments of the song. This one is just so weird, but not in a bad way. I love this one, but it is very weird. I feel like it's one of those songs that I'm gonna like more and more the more that I listen to it, because right now I'm kind of just trying to figure out what's going on, but it's already kind of the one that I'm the most excited about and most excited to like go listen to again. So that's, I don't know if that's like concerning or... like, I just can't figure it out. I love this part too. This is really cool. I don't know what's going on, but it's really cool. Okay. Ooh, you know I love that ending. I don't know what is happening. I definitely was not expecting this sound, this production. From what I remembered of listening to this album before, I just remembered the intro song and it being very heavenly. So I was like, okay, this is probably just gonna be a really slow, somber album with not a lot going on. And I could not be farther from the truth. It literally feels like, you know those defibrillators that you're like pumping the life into someone, life support? That's kind of what this experience is like. I'm sitting here just trying to listen, and then she jolts me with something that I was not expecting. Yeah, this is just not what I was expecting whatsoever. I'm not complaining because I think this is way more interesting than probably what I was expecting it to be. So I'm not complaining. I'm not mad about it, but I am just really thrown for a loop right now. But the next one is Effortlessly. I'm like, are you gonna give me a ballad? Okay. It's weird again, which is fine. I'm getting alien again. I don't know why.
Told you not to hurt it all. That just isn't real. That's a little cynical.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm still fading. I can't save me. Am I just gonna drown?
Okay, what's up with drowning?
Listen to these things so effortlessly.
Oh, I love that. I love that line. I used to do these things so effortlessly. The way she sang effortlessly. I can't talk effortlessly. The way she sang effortlessly was so beautiful. I love that little melodic moment. Okay, so we're getting a little bit more of just like the type of music I thought this album was gonna be. The production is still weird. Like, it's still just not what I would expect to go behind her singing like a literal angel. But it's working somehow. It does sort of work in a way that I can't really describe. A lot of themes of numbness already, a lot of themes of not wanting to feel things or not being able to feel things. And that's like unfortunately relatable. I don't know. For me, sometimes I just want to feel nothing. But then when I do actually experience the feeling of numbness, it's really like debilitating. So yeah, life support. I guess I need life support. Yeah, so I guess she feels numb and she feels like she needs life support. support. And the next one is Stay Numb and Carry On, so that's great. It's just things that I was not...
Told you how to heal. Sadness isn't real. Then why's it feel so physical? Okay, it's all okay. But I'm still fading. Used to do these things so effortlessly.
I love that. Okay.
So I hold my breath to breathe. Hurt me so I feel.
Oh, that one was really pretty too. I mean, the production, it kept throwing me for a loop and just like doing little sounds that I was not seeing coming at all. But over top of it, she's just singing so beautifully. And the lyrics are about numbness. And okay, the next one is Stay Numb and Carry On. Let's just listen to it and not think too deeply about it.
Stay numb and carry on. Truth is, it was never love. Your fault if you thought it was. Stay numb and carry on.
I like this one.
Your fault if you thought it was.
It's gonna drop.
It's like liquid poison. Can't drown these static noises. I tried.
Ooh.
Panic mode, it's helter skelter.
Ooh.
I
I love this one. I love the sound of this one already. This is feeling like my song in terms of the production of it, the sound of it. These verses are insane. The cadence of like tongue tastes like liquid poison, medicine for my inner voices. Can't drown these static noises. I tried. Panic mode, it's helter skelter. That is like one of my favorite lines on the album so far. Red alert, cherry Alka-Seltzer. These verses are insane. Again, really standing out in terms of the lyrics, in terms of the sound of it. This album really truly is standing out to me so much in the production of it. It's unlike any pop album I have ever heard. I really am very impressed with what I've heard so far. So.
To hide.
Lots of water references. Oh, I thought she said I've become an ocean, but she said I've become emotionless. My heart can't help but wonder where the feeling is. Okay.
Too young to hate someone. Truth is, it was never love. Your fault if you thought it was.
I love that line. It's so pretty. But it's also just catty and sassy and perfect.
I was gin and you were tough.
When it drops into the verses.
Good and common.
Oh.
My mind gets dark and ominous.
The verses of this song are like my favorite thing on the album so far. I mean, the beat is just everything. Very much my sound.
At least I'm being honest, no lie. The world is mad and they say I'm the crazy one.
Okay. The world is mad and they think I'm the crazy one. Sort of really gave me like Mad Hatter vibes. And the way she sang it just really reminded me of Melanie Martinez. Like it just did. I don't know. That's just... You know me, I just tell you what I think of. It's just what I'm thinking of. And going back to Follow the White Rabbit, I'm like, is there an Alice in Wonderland theme here? I don't know.
I've become emotionless. I've become emotionless. Your fault if you thought it was.
I really liked that one. That was one of the ones that spoke to me most in terms of sound, at least right now, like immediately. The next one is Blue, so I guess she's not emotionless anymore. Maybe she's blue now. Getting like underwater again.
I was always blue behind the red blood stain on my lips.
I love this. You know I love the songwriting.
We were like a California sunset, fated to die any minute.
The writing on these verses are already some of my favorite writing on the album. I was always blue behind the red blood stain on my lips. You were always green with envy, saw right through the tenderness. We were like a California sunset fated to die any minute. Getting rid of you might be the best thing I ever did. I love that verse. The imagery, the colors. I'm a sucker for lyrics that paint the picture with colors. Anything with colors. Color metaphors. Color similes. Colors. I really like that lyric. That's clever. I know when to run when my makeup does. She knows when to cut someone off when he is making her cry constantly. The lyrics on this one are some of my favorite on the album so far. I was seeing us in a silent movie, taking off our gloves like a violent crime scene. Diamonds in the cut always know how to fool me. This one is really standing out with the imagery and, again, the colors, the metaphors. The songwriting on this is just really beautiful.
You could be as sweet as honey, but I knew the darkness in your mind. We were like a gorgeous bed of roses.
This song is about hiding behind something. So like, I was always blue, but I was hiding it behind my mascara. You were always dark, but you could kind of hide it behind your sweetness that you put on. Yeah, it's kind of about like masking different parts of yourself.
Ready to die any minute. I was seeing us in a silent movie.
I love that.
Diamonds in the cut, always know how to fool me. Oh, honey.
The pre-chorus is so good. It's so beautiful with the melodies, the lyrics. That is one of my favorite parts of the album so far as well. There's just things that happen constantly in the background that you're like, okay, like they decided to do that.
Run, run, run. I know when to run. Run, run. I know when my makeup does. When my makeup does.
I loved that one. I loved at the end how she cut out the production and then brought it back. That one is probably one of my favorites as well. It's crazy to me that we're only like we're not even halfway through the album. And it feels like I've experienced so much already just within these few songs. I feel like this is definitely an album that I am going to have to take time with and to process. Like with that song, there was a slight detachment where I was like, I know the fifth time I listen to this song, it's gonna hit me so much harder than in this moment right now. Because right now I'm kind of just feeling it out and I'm kind of just seeing what is happening, and she's taking me on a sonic journey that I was not anticipating. The next one is Interlude. It's an interlude. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not a big interlude person. It definitely depends.
Baby, you've been acting so crazy. It's like your heart's in this constant eclipse. You can't decide, I don't got time for this. Ooh, I go too crazy on you.
Ooh.
Your side and curb my emotions. Would you do that shit for me too? Ooh. Baby, I just wanna be someone, but I don't wanna just be someone.
I feel like it could be a grower, but it could also just not be my favorite on the album. I mean, with interludes in general, I'm very hit or miss. It either really speaks to me or it really is something that I feel like is unnecessary. For me, right now, that was kind of unnecessary. But I also feel like it could be a grower because there were moments of that song that I really loved. So the next one is Homesick. So that's good. Like, what are we doing? It's heavenly and like sci-fi at the same time. I don't understand it.
I always knew that that you existed, no one listened.
I love
my mom and dad said they first met under the moonlight. Cause I belong in space. Float.
you do. That's what I'm saying.
Counting the stars, they all felt so far, but it's always felt like home. They're all gonna see that's where I'm meant to be now.
I'm actually not sure how I feel about this one. I feel like on paper, I should really love it because it does have the acoustic production, which obviously I did not see that coming. After the songs so far, a little guitar moment is just about the last thing that I had on my radar. But honestly, I don't know. It's not standing out to me quite as much as some of the other songs have. I don't know if it's just because the production of this album has been so not what I was expecting, that to have something that feels a little bit more what I might have expected from this album is throwing me for a loop. Like, I don't know. Could be a grower.
It ain't my planet.
I'm not over her saying that she's an alien when I just pointed out that this album feels otherworldly. It feels like I'm in space. It feels sci-fi, but it also feels really pretty and heavenly, but it also feels really catchy and interesting and unique. There's just so much going on here that is nothing like I thought I was getting into. And so it's kind of funny that she said, it ain't my planet. These humans speak my language, still don't understand it. Because I don't understand this album. Like, this album is a different planet and a different language altogether.
Put a spatially tessellated void inside a modified temporal field until a planet developed intelligent life. I then introduced that life to the wonders of electricity. Rick, take us home now. All right, fine, Morty.
Okay, I don't watch Rick and Morty, okay? So, I don't know what that meant. Honestly, that was the first song that really dragged for me. I just didn't really find myself connecting to it. Same with Interlude. I feel like those two, I just felt them drag for me personally. On paper, Homesick should have been one that I really loved because of the acoustic guitar. It was pretty, it was wholesome, it had some really nice melodies, but in terms of the entire song, I just didn't really connect to it on first listen. The next one is Selfish. Yet another like emotion that we're getting into, I guess. But I love the start of this one with the strings. Really cinematic, really beautiful immediately. Like, she wasted no time just getting right into the cinematic production. Like, that's something you would hear at the theater or like in a movie, right?
Boy, you're such a lost cause. You can't even fix yourself. It was almost 2 years, all alone on New Year.
This is beautiful.
I don't wanna break your thread. A needle trying to stitch you, but I can't. I refuse. Shouldn't love you, but I couldn't help it. I always knew that you were too damn selfish. Don't know why I looked there.
This is beautiful. This one is definitely standing out. This is just gorgeous in every way. The vocals, one of the most similar to what I expected the entire vibe of the whole album to be. I don't want to break your thread and needle trying to stitch you, but I can't. There are a lot of themes of like relationship and love and breakup on this album. So yeah, it does sound like maybe this breakup is the cause of all these different emotions she's like experiencing throughout the album.
I always knew that you were too damn selfish.
Like the sci-fi and like the guitar, and it's just like, it's all in my head right now.
All you ever wanna do is lie. Why you always such a Gemini?
I'm a Gemini! Not her calling out Geminis, okay? No one likes Geminis. I'm a Gemini. Justice for Geminis.
I don't wanna break your thread. A needle trying to stick.
That build is gorgeous.
I refuse. Had a feeling that you never felt it. I always knew that you were too damn selfish. But it's not possible. Plus I'm not responsible for your self-made obstacles. Put my heart in the hospital. The way I
guitar riff in the background. Kind of gives it this calm element. Yeah, that was beautiful. That definitely stands out as one of what I would consider one of the objectively best songs on the album. It was just stunning all throughout. It was a perfect song. Something I was also thinking about is the production of this album. It's just so dynamic. It's constantly changing. I don't know who produced it, but whoever produced it, the production goes away, then it comes back. There's dips and changes. There's instruments that are added and taken out. It's very dynamic, and I think that is what makes it really stand out in terms of production. It's not the same the entire time, but every decision that's made is good, and it's artistically tasteful. It's just really, really so strong all throughout this album so far. The next one is Sour Times, and of course, I'm thinking of Olivia Rodrigo. I just don't know what to expect anymore. Like, I don't know.
We're running holy water. We're so bad for each other.
Really haunting, beautiful again.
So tempered and abrasive, there's just no way to.
I like this one. I really like that melody.
I don't know what some man you heard that made you think I'd want to spend the night with you. But in these sour times, oh yeah. In these sour times, oh yeah. If I'm being candid, I'm ripping off the bandage.
Oh, this second verse is insane. I don't know what to say anymore because I just keep being thrown.
Cause I don't want you thinking my heart's in the equation. It's crazy that you be down to be a fucking rebound.
I love the verses of this one.
Cause I don't wanna lead you on. I just want
This heavy beat.
these sour times,
I don't know.
in these sour times.
That's another one that I'm gonna need multiple listens with to like really connect fully with it. The verses were so cool. Definitely my favorite part of the song. I liked the chorus, but I felt this disconnect where I was like, I'm gonna need to listen to it a few more times. And then I feel like I will really love it. I will really understand every part of the song because I just felt like BOYSHIT is next. I am so excited for this one. This is definitely the one that I've been looking forward to the most. The all caps. I love song titles that have the word boy in them for some weird reason. BOYSHIT, one word. I just love it.
I'm letting you in, you're letting me down. One too many times I let you ruin my life. Cause I thought you would change, but I see it now. Yeah, I'm back on my shit and it's tempting to call you and see how you're doing. But I don't speak boy shit. You're always coming back with your love's poisons. I don't speak boy, no. I don't speak boy shit.
Oh, this is another really heavy one in the sound. This is another really fun one with the lyrics. It's kind of taking me back to Good and Goodbye, I think it was. That was just really fun. I do like this one a lot. This is just really fun, really heavy, really hits with the chorus too. I'm still processing, still very much processing, but yes, I do like this.
Don't know how to talk or communicate.
And it's so true, like, you don't know how to communicate. Anyone who's dated a boy knows the struggle sometimes, okay? And I'm not saying that girls are perfect at communicating either, but Lord, some of y'all men need to step it up.
If you don't level up, I'm leaving. So I'm moving on until you start trying to act your age, yeah.
Yeah.
Grow up and be a man.
I would rather just avoid it. I can't understand you. I'm back on my shit and it's tempting to call you and see how you're doing. Cause I don't speak boy shit.
Oh, yeah, I love this. We're underwater again. I'm underwater. I'm in space. I'm underwater in space. I love this. Yeah, I love this instrumental too. I just love this whole vibe.
I don't speak boy shit.
I did really like that one. I can't lie. The heaviness, the lyrics were so fun, so true. I mean, it's very hard to communicate with boys. Really catchy. I definitely think that's gonna be like my new anthem for for boys. Okay, acoustic. Ballad.
Baby, tell me what's the antidote. Wouldn't text you this late, unless there's something wrong.
It doesn't even sound like her voice.
Touch me like you do. Maybe there is something I can take for this. How much longer gotta wait for this? Your lips, yeah.
This is really catchy.
You would need it, you would pay for it. Go on, if you wanna be my baby. No, I'm gonna drive you mad. Probably gonna call me crazy. I'm the best you ever had. Why you close still on? If you wanna be my baby, no, I'm gonna drive you mad.
I like this one a lot. This is so catchy. This is definitely one of the most catchy ones. It's probably a single because it has single written all over it. It's a bit less interesting in terms of lyrics. Like the lyrics are pretty uninteresting, to be honest, but that's not really the point of the song. The point of the song is that it's catchy as all hell.
I'm a handful, but that's what hands are for. Pin me to the floor.
I'm getting a lot of like Ariana Grande energy from this. I really am. Definitely sounds inspired by her and other artists like her.
If you wanna be my baby, why you go so on? I'm feeling myself, but oh baby, it's better when I have some help from my baby. You know just what I wanna hear, yeah.
Definitely the catchiest on the album, in my opinion. I mean, I was singing along within like 2 lines. Yeah, definitely feels like it has single written all over it. I would not be surprised if that was like the lead single from the album. Although I feel like if you listen to just that song and then you went and listened to this whole album, you would be so thrown, because that was like the most radio friendly, poppiest one on the entire album. And when you go to listen to the other songs, it's just a very different vibe. So just kind of interesting that one was on here, because it just felt like such a different tone from the rest of the album. But then again, a lot of the songs have been different from each other, so like honestly, my brain is gone.
Lately I'm counting the minutes that I've got left.
Why?
I'm counting the words that I haven't said.
I love this. This is like my #1 favorite.
You'll never know what I've been through, but maybe I need to start taking my own advice.
I just love this. The melodies.
My heart's so heavy, it's ready to fall out twice. My skin is made of glass, but apparently it's stained. 'Cause you notice all the cracks, I'd stay far away.
Ow.
I just might break.
I'm gonna smudge my mascara.
My life's just a fake.
I love this one. This is like instantly my favorite. I don't know if it'll stay my favorite because again, I feel like with a lot of the songs, I'm like, I need more time. But this one is immediately just, it's so pretty. The melodies. She brought in like the practical sound effect, which was really fun. I'm just really connecting with the sound of this one. I also like the lyrics, like my heart is stained glass. It's like, okay.
And everything around me is starting to fade into black.
She's dying.
You should have been a little more gentle with me. You notice all the cracks, but can't look inside my pain. Far away, I just might pray.
I'm literally gone. I'm so sorry. I don't know what is happening anymore. Okay, like, I loved that one, and that was probably my favorite on the album so far, but...
How do I word this? Was about to write you this letter, but it was just curses and curses.
Relapse.
For the first time, let this be the last. Fifth time I've taken you back. This vicious cycle. I'm anxious, need someone to come check my vitals. 1 minute I'm leaving, the next I forgive you. You're cutting off the life support. 'Cause this is the fifth time.
I definitely spoke too soon about Stained Glass. Emotional Bruises is the song. I didn't even pause while listening to it because I just physically couldn't. Like, that was a spiritual experience. The practical sound effects, the sound of it was just something I instantly connected to. Part of it is there wasn't as much throughout it that was like throwing me for a loop, and so it just flowed in this way that was like, it made sense to me. The lyrics too, and like all the references to the album title and the album themes, genius. I think that song is the best on the album for me right now. But the next one is Everything Happens for a Reason. Okay, maybe we're gonna get something like a little bit hopeful before the last song, and I am ready for this album to be over just because I feel like I need to give my brain a moment. Okay, it's gonna be hopeful. It's gonna be really nice and just pleasant.
I used to believe that everything happens for a reason.
Why is she talking in past tense?
But I just can't find a reason you'd wanna hurt me.
It sounds peaceful, but the lyrics aren't peaceful. I love the strings.
Can't find a reason. And what in the world did I do to deserve such a pain in my heart? I'm never getting over you.
Ooh.
I used to believe.
And the aliens here. This one's beautiful. It's so nice to listen to. The production is gorgeous. I love the strings. The lyrics are sad. I thought they were going to be like hopeful and pleasant, like everything happens for a reason. And so even though I've experienced all this pain, it's all for a reason. But instead she's saying, I can't find a reason why you did me like this, but it's really beautiful. And then the alien came in, and honestly, it kind of works in this weird way. I do not understand how all of these things work in this album, but it kind of is working. But this one's just really nice to listen to. It has like this hopeful production, especially starting with the birds at the beginning of the song. It does kind of give me like Good Days by SZA, just that whole feeling in the sound of it and the production. Songs like that really are hopeful and nice to listen to and just kind of give you this like floaty, like butterfly by the water feeling. And unfortunately, the lyrics are not going along with the sound of it, but I at least appreciate that the sound of it is very nice to listen to. And I also appreciate that she's kind of giving me a breather from bringing in sounds that throw me for a loop. Because while it's fun to have unexpected sounds, and again, I do think the production of this album works very well, I also am really just appreciating that she's giving me a little moment to breathe.
And what in the world did I do to deserve such a pain in my heart?
I love that melody. I don't know how she sings like that. I don't understand her voice.
Never getting over you.
Yeah, it's... I'm never getting over you. It's the opposite of hopeful. It's like, I'm never gonna heal. I still love you. That one was beautiful, and I'm just gonna let it go into channel surfing the end.
Human, more or less.
Oh, because she's channel surfing.
Yeah, like this.
Okay.
What the? You're back from my house, I should probably. I can't control myself, I'm addicted to the house.
So she was channel surfing and now she like landed on her channel. Okay, I like this sound. I'm glad she stopped channel surfing because I didn't like it. I love this. I wish she had started with this and just taken out the beginning. What I'm doing.
Thank you so much.
Okay, and that is Life Support by Madison Beer. Honestly, that was nothing like what I expected it was going to be. I thought I was getting into an album that was going to be very stripped back, very somber, very slow, very sad. I did not expect it to have sad lyrics, but insane production and aliens and underwater feeling and being on a different planet. But I think that's always more interesting. It's always more interesting to go into an album and be surprised in some way than to go into it and it's just exactly what you expected. I think the production of this album is insane. All throughout, it really stood out to me the most. And there was a lot going on that I really appreciated, like her vocals and the lyrics of some of the songs were beautiful, but the production stood out the most to me. It really stands out, especially for a pop album. My favorite section of the album was Stained Glass through Everything Happens for a Reason. Those were the 3 songs that I immediately connected to the most. But I will say that this is one of those albums that I was really just taking it in. Like on a first listen, I wasn't connecting as much as I know I probably could with more listens because there was so much happening. There were so many sounds that I was adapting to. I had to continually adapt to this album because it kept changing. Like you can pair Homesick to Sour Times to Good and Goodbye, you're getting 3 entirely different songs. No 2 songs on this album sounded anything alike, and I think that's really cool, and there's something here for everyone. It's very dynamic. The production was constantly changing. Like things were being added, things were being taken out, different instruments. Like talk about instrumentation. There was pianos, there was strings, synths, heavy beats. Everything that you could ever want was present in this album. There was the more radio-friendly songs like Baby, Good and Goodbye, BOYSHIT, and then there were the songs that were the deeper cuts that I personally connected to so much, like Emotional Bruises and Stained Glass. I don't know if those are deeper cuts. I'm just looking at like the plays. It was just all over the place, but not in a bad way. I think it all kind of made sense in this weird way, and I definitely got a handle on it as I listened throughout, but it is one of those albums that I found myself having a slight disconnect. Like I'm going to need to listen to this multiple times to fully know what songs are my favorite, what songs I love, what songs I don't connect with. And so everything I mentioned was honestly just like my first impression and my first thoughts. I feel like I definitely didn't begin to process this album entirely. And that's what all great albums do. They make you consider things that you never considered and like just rethink music as a whole, and I think this album made me question so many things, but in a good way. Some of the albums that I loved like the most deeply and just have like really deep connections with, or I would just consider some of the best albums, are albums like this where I feel like I need time to fully process it. It introduces you to something different, something new, something fresh and unlike anything you've ever heard. And when that's the case, I feel like I do need more time to process it. I think it's objectively a masterpiece from start to finish. But yeah, I'm really glad I checked this out. This was like an insane experience that I was definitely not anticipating. It's kind of blew me away, honestly. It really stands out for a pop album as having some of the coolest production and most interesting things going down that I've heard in a while. This is my album ranking. What are some of my favorites, some of my least favorites? Always open to change and evolve over time, and feel free to disagree with me. Thank you so much for watching. This was quite an adventure. I'm glad I finally got around to covering this album. Thanks for being here, for subscribing, for liking, for commenting. I appreciate you all so much. Have a great day, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.